a spine-chilling journey you'll never forget. Join us as we uncover spine-tingling secrets of the eerie sirens lurking beneath the enchanting waves of Santa Cruz, Pismo Beach, Huntington Beach, and Monterey Beach. Hold on to your hats, it's time to dive deep into the chilling mystery that's been haunting California's coastline. The Siren of Santa Cruz Cove. Once upon a time on the foggy shores of Santa Cruz, California, a legend was born. Far from the familiar world of coastal amusement parks and crowded boardwalks, the dark underbelly of the sea offered something much more sinister to those brave enough to venture into its depths. Captain Vargas, a brutal pirate with a fearsome reputation, prowled the nearby waters in search of treasure and adventure. But his endless quests for fortune would be his undoing. The ocean's secret weapon was a beautiful, yet deadly creature known only as Marina, the killer siren. Marina was equally as feared as Captain Vargas. She would lure sailors to their watery graves with her enchanting voice, a melody so sweet and hypnotic even the most strong-willed would succumb to her call. Rumors spread like wildfire among the pirate community, with stories of tragically grim endings haunting seafarers' dreams. But Captain Vargas was not one to be easily deterred. Intrigued by the legend and convinced that he could defeat the siren, he decided to face her himself. He plotted a doomed course straight for what locals murmured was Marina's watery lair, Santa Cruz Cove. And so it was that a fateful night found Captain Vargas and his fearsome crew anchored at the treacherous cove they had hunted for so long. As the sun began to retreat beneath the horizon, Marina's haunting melody wafted through the chilly air. The soft yet chilling cadence of her song danced on the waves, drifting towards the pirate ship. Entranced by her otherworldly voice, the crew became lost in the siren's spell, their minds and spirits slipping beneath the ocean's depths even before their bodies met a similarly tragic fate. But Captain Vargas, armed with a determined will and a set of earplugs wrought from the bones of a mermaid he'd killed years ago, resisted her enchantments. Marina sensed the pirate's unyielding resolve and emerged from her watery cavern. Her beauty both breathtaking and otherworldly. She locked eyes with Captain Vargas, and a dangerous game began between the intimidating pirate and the murderous siren. Undeterred, Captain Vargas drew his sword and challenged Marina to a deadly duel. Enraged yet intrigued, Marina accepted, swirling above the waves to confront her opponent. As their dance of death unfolded, the clash of steel rang out like thunder across the darkening sea, while the waves tossed restlessly beneath. In the end, marred by the overwhelming onslaught of dual forces, it was nature itself that tipped the scales. The waves swelled with the fury of a leviathan, wrapping their deadly tendrils around both Captain Vargas and Marina, dragging them both deep beneath the surface. Among the pirate community, whispers of the great battle lingered long after the planks of Captain Vargas's ship had rotted away. They spoke of the vengeful ocean claiming not one, but two great marvels of its realm, forever entwined in a watery grave. To this day, curious tourists and daring sailors alike journey to Santa Cruz Cove, their hearts filled with trepidation as they gaze upon the cold depths, wondering if the legends are true. And sometimes, on rare and windy nights, a haunting melody dances through the air, a chilling reminder that the ocean's grip is never far from those who enter its realm. Bloody Ambrosia at Duke's Huntington Beach. There are things in this world that defy explanation and challenge the very essence of human understanding. In a world where myth and reality blur together, one such creature named Celestine lived her life hidden from the glare of ordinary eyes, concealing her true nature. The sun dipped below the horizon every evening in Huntington Beach, as seafoam dreams gave way to a darker and more twisted reality. Most people went on with their nights, utterly unaware of the supernatural life thriving in the shadow of the popular waterfront restaurant Duke's Huntington Beach. It was here that Celestine worked as a waitress, a living, breathing embodiment of two ancient myths, vampire and siren. In the dimly lit corners of the establishment, she bided her time, waiting for unsuspecting prey to cross her path. There was a catch to Celestine's existence. Like most vampires, she thirsted for the blood of others to survive. However, Celestine's hunger could only be satisfied by the blood of women, a rare and potent mixture that possessed the unique power to grant her temporary humanity. With each sip, her monstrous features faded away, replaced by the radiant beauty of a mortal. It was a seductive dance between life and primitive desire. Each night, Celestine lured her victims into secluded spaces with her enchanting voice, a sweet refrain that mesmerized even the most level-headed woman. Once her prey fell under her spell, Celestine would drink their blood, her fangs sinking into their flesh with ruthless efficiency. At Duke's Huntington Beach, the staff and regular patrons nurtured a growing suspicion about their enigmatic waitress. While they could not see the darkness lurking beneath her amber eyes or hear the hidden melody in her voice, they sensed that something was off. As the days turned to weeks, whispers of missing women began to echo through Huntington Beach. Locals spoke in hushed tones over glasses of wine and candlelit dinners, casting fearful glances at the presumed safety of Duke's Huntington Beach. The police investigated and questioned the staff, including Celestine, but found no evidence of a crime. After all, who could suspect such a beautiful and vivacious woman to be the culprit? Celestine's hunger became both her curse and her salvation, a desperate need that bound her to her mortal form and allowed her to operate under the veil of normality. But every creature eventually meets its downfall, and Celestine's was no exception. One evening, while Celestine's fangs pierced the delicate throat of her newest victim, a sudden knock echoed through the empty room. The door swung open to reveal a mysterious figure associated with neither human nor creature, poised in the doorway with a smile of malicious delight. "I have been waiting for you, Celestine," the figure whispered, as the shadows reached out to meet their wayward daughter. "Your time amongst the mortals has come to an end." The veil was lifted, and her existence exposed, but Celestine's purpose remained unwavering. As the customers broke free from their bewitched stupor and the police closed in on Duke's Huntington Beach, Celestine escaped into the night. Her haunting melody lingered in the salty sea breeze, an eerie melody that promised an eternity of darkness to those who dared to listen. The haunting melody of Monterey Bay. Once a quaint coastal town, Monterey was known for its stunning views, beautiful marine life, and the world-renowned Monterey Bay Aquarium. Locals and tourists alike marveled at the wonders of marine life displayed there. What they didn't realize, however, was that an ancient legend lurked beneath the calm surface, a story of a deadly siren who haunted the bay. The aquarium was hosting its yearly anniversary event, attracting visitors from around the world to celebrate its rich marine history. But for weeks, people had been reporting mysterious disappearances. Locals who ventured too close to the water disappeared without a trace. Some claimed to have heard an eerie, hypnotic song, reminiscent of a siren's call, just before someone vanished. Deciding to keep the event running despite the concerns, the Monterey Bay Aquarium heightened security measures as it prepared for the big day. Boats bristling with armed guards patrolled the nearby waters, keeping a watchful eye on the bay. The night of the celebration, the townsfolk gathered at the aquarium, eager to witness the unveiling of a new exhibit, the melodies of the sea. Lit only by the soft glow of underwater lights, the setup seemed mysterious and captivating. At the stroke of midnight, the thumping of drums and the crash of cymbals began, and the audience was drawn to the exhibit. Suddenly, the alluring melody of an ancient, mystical song filled the air. It was so beautiful, so entrancing that everyone froze, unable to look away from the water. As the melody grew stronger, a stunning figure emerged from the depths. An ethereal siren with piercing blue eyes and flowing, silver hair surfaced, entrancing everyone who dared to look her way. With the audience in her power, she grinned wickedly, revealing razor-sharp teeth that glistened in the moonlight. The guards tried to raise their weapons but found themselves paralyzed by the melody. When they finally regained control, they found their firearms useless, their bullets seemingly vanishing into the dark waters, leaving no trace. All the while, the siren's song continued, a sinister symphony controlling the audience. The townspeople, now completely entranced, started to wander toward the bay, their eyes glazed with the siren's spell. One by one, they began disappearing beneath the surface, leaving desperate cries echoing through the night. As the last of the townspeople succumbed, the siren gazed upon her conquest with satisfaction. With a sinister laugh, she dove back into the depths, her haunting melody fading into the darkness. That night, the entire celebration met a watery fate. From that day forward, the Monterey Bay Aquarium became a somber testament to the haunting legend of the siren. As for the townspeople, their whispers were drowned out by the mysterious, alluring melody that forever haunted the bay. The ghostly banquet at Oceano Dunes. Nestled along the beautiful California coast were the Oceano Dunes, a popular destination for families to spend the summer days playing and exploring. But as evening shadows crept over the sands, an eerie chill settled in, and the dunes transformed into a ghostly world. The legend of the ghost siren warned locals and visitors alike to steer clear of the Oceano Dunes at night, for the ethereal being stalked the sands, preying upon small animals and unsuspecting children who dared to linger after dark. Her chilling, harmonic wail haunted the dunes, both captivating and terrifying everyone who heard it. One fateful summer night, driven by curiosity, a group of brave young YouTubers ventured into the dunes, seeking the truth about the ghost siren. Hoping to capture the spine-tingling figure on film, they wandered deeper into the dunes, their cameras trained on the pitch-black night. Slowly, an otherworldly melody began to drift on the breeze, growing louder and more powerful as the YouTubers trekked further from the safety of their homes. Hours passed, and the hypnotic song bore into their hearts, whispering of dark desires and haunting secrets. Suddenly, a spectral figure appeared before them, her translucent form partly visible beneath the glow of a silvery moon. The ghost siren, her eyes blacker than the deepest, darkest ocean, stared unblinkingly at the group. Long, tangled hair whipped around her skeletal frame as she glided just above the sand, her mournful song intensifying. Frozen by equal parts fear and fascination, the YouTubers watched in horror as the ghost siren drew the nocturnal animals toward her. The hypnotized creatures shuffled along the sand, unable to resist the alluring melody. With a swift and eerie grace, her ghastly form enveloped each animal, vanishing into her ghostly essence, leaving no trace behind. One brave soul, however, was able to break free from her spell and continued to film the ghost siren's gruesome feast. The others, too terrified to move, could only watch in terror as their friend documented the horror that unfolded. As the last creature disappeared, the ghost siren cast her gaze upon the children who had been lured away from their homes. One by one, she lured the unsuspecting innocents toward her with her melancholy song, claiming them as her prey amidst the helpless shrieks of the petrified witnesses. With the ghost siren's appetite temporarily sated, she screeched into the night sky, a sound that was both chilling and triumphant. Then, with a whisper of wind, she vanished into the darkness, leaving the dunes deeply scarred by her presence. The shaken YouTubers hurried back to their homes, hearts pounding in their chests. When their video was finally posted online, it became an instant sensation, spreading fear and caution throughout Pismo. Many tried to dismiss their tale as a staged prank, but the disquieting melody of the ghost siren, carried on the winds at night, was enough to drive terror into even the most skeptical of hearts. From then on, families at the Oceano Dunes would retreat at nightfall, their laughter traded for hushed, fearful whispers about the ghost siren and her haunting lullabies. Praying silently that they would never become the main course at her ghostly banquet.